Hello and welcome to the Honey Badger. I am Dr. Nefertiti Fox de Fandino, but you can just call me Nef. Today we're going to talk more about the journey of transformation and the things that do come up. So we've already discussed what the void is. Now that does tend to come later on down the road, but it's a very important thing to sit in, and I felt called to do that one first. So these are going to be in no particular order. But today we're going to talk about something that tends to happen first, and it is called denial. A lot of us try to avoid it. We deny that it exists, right? We deny that it is even in our orbit, that it is in our brain space. But denial is so important. So denial is actually going to teach you the ways in which you have allowed other people to disrespect you, and also show you how much you have disrespected yourself. And disrespect in the sense that you've allowed other people to treat you in a certain way that is actually harmful to you, but also ways in which you've not only harmed other people, but also ways in which you have harmed yourself. And that harming yourself can be the letting other people treat you that way, but also all of the things that you do in response. So all of the things such as overeating, eating a lot of sweets, not eating at all, hiding in a room, being closed off from the rest of the world. All of these things, all of these negative things that we tend to put ourselves through, all because we're uncomfortable and we don't want to experience that uncomfortableness, and therefore we're going to replace it with something else and pretend it doesn't exist. That's also denial, guys. That is also denial, okay? I don't want to feel my feelings, so I'm going to eat my feelings, or I'm going to drink my feelings, or whatever the case may be. It's not everybody, of course, but this does happen. That's also being in denial, okay? But again, it's really important to actually experience denial, and it has a lot to teach you. There's a lot of wisdom in there. So when we start to feel that uncomfortableness and you feel that urge to go do something else to kind of stuff it down, don't. Do not. Control yourself. I want you to feel it, and just before you get up to go do the things, just sit there. I'm just going to sit here, I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel it. I hate it. I hate this. I try to go through those emotions. I hate this. I don't want to feel it. But you have to. There is no way but through. You cannot go around anything in this process if you actually want this transformation to be successful. If you actually want to move forward and move away from the things that we say we don't want in our lives anymore, we have to be willing to go through the ugly, okay? You're gonna have to sit through it. It's tough. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. It is awful, okay? No one likes it. So just remind yourself of that. Nobody likes this, but you know what? I'm a strong individual. I'm gonna allow myself to sit in it so that I understand what this is and I can move beyond it. Lots of people avoid this process because of those really uncomfortable emotions like denial that come up. We want to avoid it altogether, but we can't. So a lot of people just don't. But you know what? You decided to go on this journey because you decided that you want something better and that you deserve something better. There's gotta be a way out of this. There is. But you have to go down to the shadow realms, as I like to say, and actually walk in there and sit with those demons that we have. They're not demons at all, actually. They're not. In my opinion, anything that is considered a demon is quite literally the greatest teacher that you will ever have. Because they're going to show you what it is that you're actually capable of, and they're going to show you where it is you don't believe in yourself. That's what demons do, guys, okay? Your inner demons, yourself, the shadow realm, that shadow self, that unconsciousness actually has a lot to teach you. It's going to show you, like I said, how strong it is you are, how courageous you are, how much willpower you actually do have to push through. No matter how hard it gets, you're going to push through. You're going to push through. You're going to push through. Because I can tell you right now, I spent 10 years in this process. Now the process is never truly over. It's a lifelong deal. I know that sounds terrible, but what I mean by that is that you're constantly evolving. So there's always going to be somewhere where you feel like, ugh, everything's just kind of plateaued. Like there's nowhere for me to grow from here. And so you start changing. What is it that I don't like right now? What do I want to change? And so you start evolving some more and you start changing things. You get rid of other habits. Like, I no longer need this. I learned what I needed to. I don't like this place anymore. I don't want to work here anymore. Great. What do I want? We start going to that. So it's a lifelong process. It's always going to be one. But it's not always daunting. It's just daunting in the beginning stages. And then you start to understand what this process actually looks like and what certain things start to mean. And so you start moving through it quicker. I'm not going to say get easier per se. Like, experiencing emotions is always going to be terrible for a lot of us. I'm a Cancer, so I feel things deeply. I feel things so deep. But what I am going to tell you is that it's easier in the sense that you get through it quicker because you know what this is. I know what this is. And so you start immediately changing your mindset about something. You start doing things differently immediately when it starts to come up. It's like, I'm doing it again. So it does start to get a little bit faster, starts to move a little faster, smoother, if you will. The emotions, of course, are still going to be a little bit difficult to get through, but you get through them. But in order to actually get to like where it is I'm at right now, which is in a much better mindset than where I ever was, you really have to go through all the ugly. So I spent 10 years. It's not going to take you 10 years, I'll tell you that right now. But it took me 10 years because I really dissected everything and wanted to understand it all. Why am I like this? Where did this come from? How did this start? Did it come from somebody else? Did I just learn this? And just so many things started to unravel for me. And I'll personally admit that I sat in denial for probably 2 years. 2 years. But it was denial about myself and the way that I was treating other people and the way that I treated myself. I was not a kind person. I was very manipulative. It was really hard to swallow that. It's like, I actually am what I've always wanted to avoid and not be. I just am. But it took me about 2 years to actually admit that to myself. And it was really hard. So some of this isn't easy, but if you have the correct process to go through, and I say correct, meaning what feels right to you and what makes this process a little bit softer, then it's not going to take nearly as long. I've been teaching this for several years, 10 years now. And I've created my own process that seems to make this happen a little bit quicker for people. And I won't say that you avoid certain things, but things start happening pretty rapidly. Rapidly, but in a good way. I've yet to have someone give me a bad experience, basically. So if you're interested in actually looking at the process that I do have an online course that you can go down below in the description box and do that on your own. I've got videos up there that kind of help guide you through the entire thing, kind of like what these videos are doing that I'm putting up here. But you've got all the exercises that are in there, and you've got a lot of extra tools that are in there, and things that kind of explain this part of the process, like what it might actually look like. So that's all in there. Or if you want, you can work with me personally. I love working with the individual. It's my favorite thing to see someone go from just absolute, I don't know who I am, I don't feel like I have any worth, blah, 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 blah. All the negative, heavy stuff, to see them go from that to, oh my God, there's hope. There's hope for me. And you know what? There's hope for you as well. So whatever course you want to take, just know it's going to be the most beautiful thing that you ever do for yourself. It's going to be the most worth it thing that you've ever done for yourself. You have the strength, you have the willpower, you're going to get through it. Just get through that denial. It's going to teach you a lot of things that you didn't know you needed to know and didn't know that you could use later on down the road. Anyway, stop denying it, accept it, and move forward. That's the only way out of it. With that, love you. I really do. I love all of you. You can do it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.